Aha. It counts. Wait a sec. Where's everything else? Aha, found it. Yes. Much better. Okay, hold on. I need my browser. Let me make sure my web browser works. Okay, it is. It's right. It's just behind everything. Okay, 1 sec. Let me move this above. Cool. So I can pull up Serenez Forest, everyone. Guys, welcome in. You know how dialed in I am, Raisins? I have no idea. I just woke up and you started stream. Dude, our schedules are like this. I mean, to be fair, we were like talking about XCOM 2 at like 2 a.m., right? Almost beat the 10-minute mark to full transition. Almost? Yeah, no. I mean, like, whatever. I'll start the stream. Guys, we have a fun activity here today. Holy moly. Hold on a second. I need to, like, move chat just a smidge. Dude, where the heck is my chat? We're on 2. That's much better. Cool. Guys, today, we have a fun activity. I saw this in FED's Discord. If you don't know who FED is, Adam with FED. If you don't know who FED is, he's a guy who has a YouTube channel where he talks about Fire Emblem. He's like super hype. I really like him a lot. But basically, someone in there was like, boom, here are a bunch of classes. Tell me which game represented them the best. And then I think like some people answered and they were dissatisfied because it had repeats. So today, we have an activity for you. I've laid out 18 Fire Emblem classes. Or Cheating Faces 3 games? No, there's Birthright, Conquest, and Revelation. I guess I could subtract a class and we could do 17. Represent the best in what way? Quality or something? Like strength. Strength of the class, Septi. I don't really care about like game design. I don't really care about visual design. It's just like strength of the class, right? That is 3 games. You have 18 classes. Yeah, I need one more. So I need one more to get up to 19. Probably I just need to like pencil in Halberdier or something. I think it's Halberdier's in like 6 games. So if we can think of a class that's in like more than 6 games. Yeah, I know. If we can think of a class that's in like more than 6 games, right? But the actual judgment parameters in a binding legal document. Justin, I'm a changed man. Okay, I don't label my tiers anymore. The rules are made up, and the things go wherever I want them to. Which game was this class the best in? True. However, no repeats. That's the thing. No repeats. Oh, by the way, since someone asked about Fates, FE3, I'm only counting FE3 Book 2, and Kaga Saga and Tearing Saga obviously don't exist, and whatever BSFE was. Does this go by literal name or like Malig, a wyvern? I mean, so like, in cases like, for example, Bow Knight obviously includes things like Nomad and Horseman. I'll just do that. Add Valkyrie. I think that's kind of in like Mage Knight. So with Malig, I guess if you want to say it, then like maybe sure. Like I'll be open-minded to it, maybe, unless it's like clearly ridiculous. Here's the thing about the Malig is like Malig Knight exists in the game with Wyvern and like Wyvern Lord and whatnot, right? Does Bow Knight include FE2 SFV Bow Knight? Yeah. I mean, like, for there it can get a bit weird because it's, like, just a promotion of Sniper. Same way, like, Bow Knight's just a promotion of Sniper in FE3 houses, right? Well, promotion of Sniper. Wyvern Lord is also a promotion of Sniper, right? Like, but, I mean, I think, like, without getting too caught up in the details, I think there's, like, a pretty clear spirit of the list here, right? And so, like... okay, how about this? Before we have such nerdy conversations, let's like actually get some like things placed. Let's actually get some games placed. Is Dimitri a Halberdier or a Lord? He'd be ooh, good question. I'm just putting a Halberdier, right? Before we get into such troublesome details, why don't we like put some things on the list first and get frozen up, and then we'll start arguing about nerdy details, right? I mean, come on, like we can put some things down and then fix the details and then fix the list. Does Shapeshift include Manakete? Yeah, it does. Shapeshift includes Manakete. FE1 has to be Lord. Wyvern has to be Radiant Dawn. See, that's the thing. See, here there's 2 challenges, because in some games, I think Bishop can go to FE8. Ooh. That's a good point, GNS. I won't lie, Bishop was kind of hard to place, because I had something in mind for Bishop. But, like, you know, people have already pointed out there's a challenge here, right? Because, like, you can't repeat games. So, like, if a class is super dominant in one game, but it's also really dominant in another game that doesn't have very many good classes, you know? Like, ooh. Watch out. Hero is Blazing Blade, FE6. The easy one is Shapeshifter for Radiant Dawn. Septi says Shapeshifter for Radiant Dawn. You know what? I don't mind putting some things down. I like GNS's suggestion. Bishop can be FE. Oh, by the way, okay, wait, one sec. Before we go in, I wanted to put down Halberdier. Can we think of anything that was just in more games than Halberdier? Where is the games list? Oh, I can make the I can make a bank of games. Right. Where is my? Okay, where's my blah 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 blah. I'll make this. Don't worry about it. Boom. Where's the bank of games? Okay, I'm gonna write out like the names. That's how I'm gonna do it. History, the Emblem, genealogy. Yo, spelling test. Hold up. Spelling and typing test. Binding blade. Blazing. Word. Stake. Stones. Path of Radiant. Radiant Dawn. And then now I feel like doing a line break, right? Shadow Dragon remake. What if I just say FE11? That'd be funny, right? That'd be kind of goofy. New mystery. Awakening. Conquest. Birthright. Revelation. That's the name. Echoes SOV. Houses. Engage. And I understand it got cut off. I'm just looking over at that now. Where is the capture? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Boom. Bam. Bam. Wham. Pow. Just like that. Okay, cool. That's how I'm going to do it. Where's the thief? Okay, one other thing is that like unpromoted versions can just go like in the same thing. So thief can go in assassin. Are herons dancers or shapeshifters? They're dancers. I'm gonna say, like, I understand that the heron shapeshift, but also like they're just dancers. Like they're definitely dancers first, right? Like, yeah, the herons can transform, but that's much less important. Does they make ninjas assassins? Yeah, sure. I can say that. Are master ninjas assassins? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? What about great knights? Forget about it. Actually, I mean, wait. Great Knight could be, rather than Halberdier, we could have Great Knight. Wait, that seems way better. Wait, stop. I was about to say that seems way better, as though it were obvious. But is it truly obvious? More games have, like, Great Knight than have Paladin, right? Should it be Great Knight or should it be Halberdier? How much do we separate the units that use these from the classes themselves? I mean, I guess we'll just figure it out, right? Paladin is in every game. I mean, yeah, but I still need a 19th class. Neither is Halberdier, and I was about to put that one in. Great Knight is in GBA and then Awakening onward. Well, it's in FE8 and then Awakening onward. Which is Awakening, all 3 Fates games, 3 houses engage, and then FE8. It's technically in like FE4 and FE5, but like really it's Axe Paladin, right? Like that's what the class actually is. It's really just Axe Paladin, right? Like I'd rather just get the 19th class in here and then just begin. Like I understand that there are some nerdy and troublesome questions. Missed Druid and Shapeshifter. Yeah, by the way, Druid is like dark mage, basically, right? And that there were 19 games. Yeah. I kind of want to do Great Knight. Like, for one, there's like more games with Great Knight than with Halberdier. Aren't there? Unless there's one I'm just missing, obviously. I'm just gonna do Great. Like, I'm not obviously missing one, right? Like, come on, Ballistician, get out of here. Like 4 games with Ballistician. Halberdier is also cringe in every appearance. That's right. You got a point. Okay, let's just begin. I'm not gonna lie. GNS said Bishop should be FE8. I'm actually kind of inclined to agree. Mage Flyer. Mage Flyer is in 6 games, actually. It's in strictly fewer games than Great Knight. It's pretty good in Radiant Dawn. It's pretty garbage in Radiant Dawn. It's like okay. It has good caps, forgeable 1-2 range, and can double auras. Yeah, but they all suck. Great Knight and Mage Flyer is Awakening either way. Yeah, like Awakening onwards, they all have a Great Knight and they all have a Mage Flyer. And like they all have a Flying Mage. But FE8 has a Great Knight, but no Flying Mage. Yeah, but we're not considering units. To be honest, if it's in the game that doesn't have free reclassing, I actually like kind of am considering units. I'm gonna be real. Like actually I am. And maybe now everyone is like flipping their tables when they hear me say that, like, oh my god, this is rubbish. Are we not counting it for base classes? I'm counting it for like the unpromoted versions too. So here's one thing I was actually gonna say for Assassin. I'm gonna think about this one for Assassin. I'm just gonna put that one out there. FE5, Thief. You failed at the start, Assassins or FE8's Crimson Flash? Yo, true though. We actually gotta swap these. Nah, Thieves and FE5? Thieves and FE5 are like pretty good, man. I'm just saying. Master Ninja is so good. There's a lot of good stuff in Fates. There's a lot of... I would put FE5 for either Sage or Bishop. It's probably Conquest. Conquest for Assassin. For Master Ninja. I can buy it. But Thieves are like kind of pretty good. Now here's the thing, like if you say Bishop or Sage, like okay, Sage is what do the staff people promote into? If the staff people promote into Sage, I'm actually just gonna say that's Bishop. Because they promote, because like staff people promote it. Asbel Homer said, you know, you actually got a point. Most of the classes are their best in Conquest because Conquest units are broken and the enemies are so trash. Yeah. Like I could just put Conquest in for everything. Because you go like any class in Conquest and then you boom, 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 right? I would say General for Conquest. You have to do a lot of tanking. Okay, I'm gonna be real General. I was gonna put DS Shadow Dragon. FE11. I was gonna put that for General. General's like kind of hype in FE11, ain't it? That's the question for how much we consider units for the class itself. I don't think that's even considering units. Like, I don't think that Septi's objection is like the whole considering units thing. It's just like all of the other mechanics in the game, particularly the extremely weak enemies, are like helping to make Assassin or Master Ninja look really good for Conquest. Kind of goated in FE11. Being a Lord is hype in FE1. FE1? Okay, Lord, I was actually going to put FE4. I'm going to be real. Like, I understand that there's an issue of FE1 where FE1 just doesn't actually have a lot of the classes and something has to go somewhere. And Martha's pretty good. Marth's pretty good in FE1. But also Sigurd's like really good in FE4. Is Sigurd a Lord and not a Paladin? He's a Lord. FE4 has Lords and it has Paladins. So Sigurd is obviously a Lord. Sigurd is basically a Paladin with a different name. Marth is basically a Myrmidon with a different name. I mean, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It is a different name, though. It's a different class. Like, okay, which Lord, then? Marth is a thief? Yeah, Marth is just a thief with a different class name. Erica is just a Myrmidon with a different class name. Ephraim is just a Halberdier with a different class name. Like, if I put Lord there, obviously we're assuming Lords are Lords, right? Hero to FE7 because Hearken. FE7. Hero is crazy in FE2. I think that's the first time I've heard that statement. Since it has bow access, is Hero even in FE? Oh, yeah. Oh, Hero like the promoted Alm. Right, okay. Yeah, Hero is like Alm's promotion, right? Be right back. Yeah, anyway, in that case, Alm is a Lord. Like, if I'm gonna... Okay, look, if I'm gonna put Lord there, then who goes in Lord? Obviously, Lords. That's, like, obviously the simplest answer to that question. So I don't want to hear any more, like, Sigurd is a Paladin, or Marth is a Thief, or Alm is a, what's it called? Or, Alm is a hero, right? Like, obviously, if I'm putting Lord there, like, I have to therefore consider Lords as Lords, right? Like, you know... Is it the busted weapons that break FE4 or the class? So the reason that Lord is really busted in FE4 is because if you read the map objective... So if you read the map objective is have Sigurd seize the castle. And then basically, if you use only game mechanics like directly mentioned by that objective description, you arrive at a strategy like literally if all you learn to do from that is to select Sigurd, move Sigurd, and have Sigurd move on gates and kill enemies that are on gates, you arrive at a strategy that is not only like working, it's like pretty close to optimal. So like that's kind of why I always like lump them together. I don't really like the marriage music and Awakening or whatever this game is. I'm gonna be real. Like, let's just go ahead and change this to something different. Ooh, banger. By the way, let me know how the audio is. I kind of like turned it down just a smidge. Sees everything. Yeah, like, I mean, here's the thing, right? If you just take FE4 and you just read the objective says take the Lord and move them at the throne and kill the enemy at the throne, and like, you literally decide to learn no other game mechanics, like, you're actually pretty close to optimal play. Mada MK with the sub. Autobiolence is good, I think. Thanks, Nimbus. Thanks so much.
Origin 238 Flame Nom.
Flame Nom, that's right. On MK with the 29 months. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Means a lot. I'm assuming Mage Knight is for Engage. I don't hate Mage Knight being Engage. Here's the thing about Mage Knight, or Mage Knight Engage. I kind of wanted Warrior to be Engage. That the weapons in FE4 are crazy and can make anything look insane. I mean, the thing is like, they also get weapons there, but like, they also get Silver Sword and Brave Sword, which is like enough. Right? Like, it's enough. You don't need Forseti giving like plus gazillion all stats if you can just walk up and kill every enemy with a Brave Sword. Warrior could be Awakening. Ooh, Awakening. So I'm actually kind of curious to see, Septi, where you would put Awakening. Because I would, to be honest, I was kind of thinking like Awakening would be Druid. Just the other day, remember, I was playing Awakening. Like, remember, just the other day, I was playing Awakening Chapter 3, and someone came into my stream and said, has anyone beaten Luna Plus legit? Right? And I was like, what do you mean? And this guy was like, well, I beat Luna Plus, but I just Nots tanked the whole thing. Right? So someone's coming in here, and they're like, using Druid and Awakening or Sorcerer. I mean, come on, guys. Like, obviously, Druid, Sorcerer are, like, same class. Like, follow the spirit of the exercise, right? If they're coming in here, like, has anyone actually beaten the game legit? And by legit, they meant without Sorcerer. And here's the thing, like, regardless of whether or not that's right, that's clearly the perception. Torque is hilariously overrated in Awakening. I can buy that. What did Kirby have to say about it? I mean, I think Kirby was basically joining and, like, first of all, remember, like, you know, this whole thing about, like, I beat the game, but I used Sorcerer was only part 2. The part 1 of the question was, has anyone ever beaten it legit? Which obviously they have. Isn't Swordmaster the best for FE6? Swordmaster FE6. Probably not. It's way too hyped up in Awakening. TBH, I'd rather have bows. Nots tanking is overrated in Awakening, but even still, I don't know what game even comes close. Well, let's think about Druid then. Because here's the thing, we were talking about, like, where to put Warrior for Awakening. No shot, Swordmaster FE6. I agree. Swordmaster kind of sucks in FE6. Like, FE6, I'm thinking about, like, either Paladin or Wyvern, right? FE12 Swordmaster. Ooh. Right? I mean, you can see as we're starting to place these things, it's like, it's getting to be a tricky exercise all of a sudden. But FE12 Sage? What other game has Dark Mages on par with Awakening anyway? Fates? I mean, that is one. What if it's just Fates? Something has to go to Fates. FE12 is a game where you reclass your Sages to Swordmaster and they get better. You know, that's true. I'm gonna be real, like, Meister swear. Like, Septi said FE12 Swordmaster, and then you said FE12 Sage. But I remember reclassing my Sages to Swordmasters. I don't remember reclassing my Swordmasters to Sages. So, probably Swordmaster is better. I mean, here's the thing, like, you got to remember the whole no repeats rule does mean that we're gonna have to fill in some like suboptimal or second best ones, right? Dark Mage base class is pretty silly in Awakening, even without Nosh. Just plain old Dark Mage. X and Anathema are stonks, you know? You got a point. I mean, you got a point. What if we just say Nos tanking overrated, but Hex and Anathema? See, this is why I'm glad we have Cat in here, right? Silent until the moment they need to say something like really good about Awakening, and boy, do they say something really good about Awakening. Are there any other ones that are pretty obvious that we can use to narrow down the remaining spots? I'm gonna put one in that I think is like what I think. I think Wyvern 3 houses. Like, look, I mean, Wyvern's good everywhere, and, like, a lot of classes are good in 3 houses. So, like, I understand I'm taking a very, like, flexible slot and a very flexible game and putting them together here, but, like, dude, like, 3 houses Wyvern is just, like, so freaking centralizing. Like, I would need some pretty, like, uncommon extenuating circumstances for me to take a physical combat unit and be like, something is better for them than Wyvern. Like, something other than Wyvern is better for them. Ophelia is pretty good in Conquest. 3 houses Wyvern is obvious because it's true. Yeah. Like, Wyvern Rider... First of all, Wyvern Rider is the strongest class at Advanced. Secondly, Wyvern Rider is the easiest to cert class at Advanced. Like, every time I take a unit who's a physical combat class and I look at, like, every class that can take other than Wyvern, it's like, this is just outright worse than Wyvern in every way. 3 houses Sniper. No. Sniper has to go somewhere, but ain't 3 houses. Whereas Wyvern is fine. The only game that comes close to Conquest Wyvern and Face can go anywhere. 3 houses Sniper because Shamir? No. I take Shamir out of Sniper and put her in Wyvern. Like, I mean, the thing is, Sniper is going to have to go somewhere. That's going to be kind of tricky. Sniper is real good in Fates. Conquest Sniper? Like 2 units, isn't it? I guess, like, whoever marries Corrin, maybe? I mean, what if you just say marry Corrin? I put SOV Sniper, I think. The tricky thing about SOV is Sniper and Bow Knight exist. SOV Sniper. I don't necessarily mind that. It frees up Bow Knight for something else. Revelation gets the Shapeshifters and Radiant Dawn the Dancers. Radiant Dawn Dancer. Shapeshifter classes are not good in Rev. So, okay, here's the thing. Justin gave us a good point. Let's fill in some obvious ones. And I think actually one obvious thing to do is to just, like, find which game has good shapeshifters, right? Now, Septi earlier said FE10. I'm inclined to agree. Janaf and Olki own. People literally, guys, when I play FE10, people literally come into my chat and be like, are you just going to trivialize the endgame with Royal Lagoos? I don't hear that in any other game with shapeshifters. I mean, like, maybe FE11, kind of. It's just Radiant Dawn. I can buy it. Right? Wow, FE120. Imagine that world. FE10 has Wolf Mommy, it deserves it. FE3, Shapeshifter, Radiant Dawn. I think Shapeshifter, Radiant Dawn is, like, pretty easy, yeah. Zane's kind of goated. I've never heard anyone be like, FE3 is good, but you just trivialize the entire endgame with Zane. But I have heard FE10, I have heard people be like, FE10 was cool, except you just obviously trivialize the endgame with Royals. 120 FE games would be too many, I know. We'll all be like grandpas and grandmas sitting around, remember, Gracia 778. More so because what else goes to FE3? I mean, good question. Here's one thing, is like sometimes we can take a class and be like, this class does not have many good representatives, let's just find one. But let's also take FE3. Let's take FE3 and say, we gotta put FE3 somewhere, right? So FE3 has to go somewhere, right? So where? Falco for FE9. Actually, yeah. You trivialize FE7's endgame with Athos? Yeah. I mean, like, with Radiant Dawn, people, like... I remember with Radiant Dawn, people were like, are you just going to trivialize the endgame with Royals? I mean, like, well, in every other map I've played, I've just deployed my strongest unit, so obviously, like, I deployed the Black Knight, and I deployed Har. Like, so probably, yeah, I'm going to do it there too. Falco for FE9, it kind of has to be. We could do that. Here's the thing. Falcon appears in a lot of different places, and FE9 has some other good classes. I actually do kind of want to fill in FE3. Immediately John to Pegasus Knight, but she promotes to Wyvern, not Falco. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Right? Are you just going to trivialize FE10? Yeah, are you just going to trivialize FE10 by deploying your strongest units? Like, I don't know. It's a strategy game, probably. Are you going to... Yeah, I know. Like, are you going to make the best moves, or are you going to actually play the game? I'm like, I don't know. Take a guess. Okay, so like FE3, what classes does it even have? Right? Like, actually, let's think about what classes does FE3 even have? Also, FE1, by the way, FE1 has to go somewhere. And by the way, if that means FE1 has to go here, then like I can actually buy it. Even though I think like Lord FE4 and like Sigurd and Selef are obviously like stupidly busted. If you say like FE1 needs to go somewhere, so we're gonna give it Lord, I'd be like, okay, for the sake of opening up the list. But let's think FE3 for a minute. Villagers only, no reclassing, no items, final destination. Yeah, Kuroi's got a point. By the way, let me bold the ones that we've already placed, just to make it a bit easier to keep up with. I placed Thracia, and then like there was some brief argument, and I stopped hearing it. So maybe people actually do still want to like argue my Thracia thief placement. Strike through. FE4 also has the 4-way dancers. Oh, true, and I've actually already put FE10 for this. Strike through or just erase them? Oh, true. There's actually like there's a strike through option. Hold on a sec. Let me just. Oh crap! Now I've forgotten which ones are done. Bam, 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 bam. Any others? I played Sacred Stones. I think that's it. There's a strike through thing, dude. Watch me. I'm so freaking good at Excel. You guys are like gonna be really impressed in like 20 seconds or so after I find this. Oh my god, dude, he's so good at Excel. I don't think 4-way dancer is actually a meaningful thing. Yeah, if anything, like, just number of chapters being present is probably more meaningful. Sage is kind of crazy in FE5. Yeah, I think I'd put FE5 Sage. I mean, I could buy it, actually. FE5 goes Sage. For one, Sages kind of suck in most of the games, right? Gotta go somewhere. But then where does Assassin go? If I'm being frank, Assassin is also, like, pretty bad in most games. Like, except 3 houses. Issue with FE4 dancers, you dance for one turn and then struggle to dance for anything for the rest of the map. Yeah, but you dance for Sigurd, so you know. Someone said FE7 Sage, and I agree. That's one thing I was actually thinking about was FE7 Sage. Mostly because, okay, Sage has to go somewhere. It's either Thracia or FE7, but Thracia has other really strong classes. To be fair, so does FE7. Goes to Birthright. Oh, right, we got Assassins. We got Birthright Assassins. We got Master Ninjas. I actually forgot. Yeah, I forgot Fates has Assassins as well. FE7 Berserker. Ooh. FE7 Berserker. Hawkeye does just kind of show up and like own everything. And so does Dart, right? Assassins is pretty well in Awakening, but definitely isn't defining. Birthright Ninja, Birthright Swordmaster. For taking units into account, I mean, yeah. We're taking into account every unit that can enter the class. All right, how about that? FE7 Berserker? What other game is getting it? First of all, what games even have Berserkers? Druid is definitely busted in Sacred Stones. They're ridiculous. If we count, like, Summoners, maybe. If we don't count units, it has to be Assassin for Birthright. I'm going to put FE7 for Berserker, sure. Where's my... There's got to be a hotkey for Strike Through. Hold on, I'm going to learn this hotkey for Strike Through. Oh my god, can I, like, stay in the menu, dude? Strike Through? Oh, Control O? Ah, that's open file. I don't see, like, a hotkey. FE12 Berserker is very good as the other option. There are people talking like a lot of stuff in FE12 though. Assassin for one of the Fates games. What about Swordmaster? Druid? I'm willing to put Awakening for Druid. I won't be lying. Like, Awakening's got a lot of strong classes, but here's the thing, right? Like, people are talking about NOS tanking, and you can say that's overrated. But then Cat comes in here being like, those skills are kind of nuts. I'm inclined to agree. Those skills are kind of good. Those pair-ups. FE12 Berserker, Fates Berserker is okay. FE8 Berserker has a lot of desirable traits, but has bad units stapled to it? What do you mean? Ross and Dosla kind of own. Like, totally spilled some coffee. Yeah, but what other games have good warriors? Oh, what were you going to do for warrior? Ooh, you were going to do Warrior Awakening? Yeah, what games have good warriors? The skills are goated. Engage. Okay, so should we remove Mage Knight from Engage? Dark Mage skills are basically tier 2 strength and tier 1 class. Engage is already spent. It doesn't have to be. We could have a different game's Mage Knight go here. Agree with FE12 Berserker, but Gonzalez in FE6. Mage Knight is much better. Here's the thing, right? Like, I think Engage's warrior is like probably one of the strongest warriors. Is it actually okay? Is Engage warrior the strongest warrior, or is it actually Awakening warrior? What even is this one? New Mystery of the Emblem? Or what is this? Get through here. Like, is Engage Warrior the strongest warrior? Engage Mage Knight is, like, pretty obviously the strongest Mage Knight, though. Conquest is a really busted Mage Knight. Engage is, like, a really stupidly good Mage Knight, though. That's the thing. Hero Shadow of Valentia. Are Dark Knights actually Mage Knights? I'll let either Dark Knight or Strategist count. Conquest Dark Knight is amazing. What do you mean? Oh, it is amazing. Oh, it is like the best class? Is it as good as Engage Mage Knight, though? Conquest Dark Knight isn't all that good. I found that they take more work to kill than Maligs. I mean, they both just kill, right? And then Dark Knight is more bulk. Yeah, so does every class. Sniper is definitely Shadows of Valentia. The rate of critting was absurd. Engage Mage Knight with Cav Bondage Shield. Bow Knight is for SOV. I mean, like, okay, the Sniper Bow Knight thing gets a little bit complicated when we do SOV. Engage Mage Knight is iconic. Engage Mage Knight, you literally cert Mage Knight and you instantly win. It doesn't matter who you are. Is Ivy a Mage Knight or a Wyvern? Good question. Lord. Is she a Lord? Ivy is a Mage Flyer. She's a Mage Flyer, but we don't count those. I mean, that is a question. It's like, if I just said I'm going to disqualify a class on account of not being, like, that present. Right? Because I discounted Mage Flyer, because I'm like, Great Knight is in more games than Mage Flyer is, which I thought was fair. But the thing is like, Engage Mage Knight is like, literally anybody goes Mage Knight, and boom, 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 they own. Like, everything, instantly. Shadow Dragon Marth was invincible when he got Falchion. Like, FE1 Marth, right? He was invincible before that, too. Is Bow Knight Gaiden, then? I mean, we could be boring and do, like, Bow Knight Gaiden Sniper SOV, or, like, flip-flop. We could do something like that. If I'm gonna be real, I think that, like, this is pretty obviously the strongest either of these two classes were. It's SOV. Since you have more EXP in SOV, I can buy that. Falchion makes Marth immune to damage from all sources except most of the enemies post Falchion. Yeah, but was he dying to anyone before? Like, was he dying to anyone otherwise? I mean, maybe. 0% growth Marth kind of sucks? Question mark? So you have it for longer. You got, like, Hunter's Volley Killer Bow. Okay, is Sniper anything other than, like, a Valentia game? Gaiden EXP is a little stingy. No, just that Falchion isn't what makes Marth good. Oh. You have FE1 stat boosters? To be fair, it could go to anybody, but Marth does have to move to the throne, so you might as well put it on Marth, right? I guess if you want a 1-turn, you don't want to put it on Marth. Because you want to put it on someone else, have them kill the boss, and then warp Marth, and then have Marth seize, right? Falchion isn't what makes Marth good. I can buy that for sure. So then what? Marth also has that provoke. True. That's pretty cool utility in a game like FE1, right? If you're telling me it's FE1 here, I can kind of buy it. Provoke is a good skill. Marth also has Personal Mercurius. I'm gonna be real, I didn't find Mercurius my first playthrough. I was like, what? I looked up afterwards where Est is, and I'm like, oh, that's where she was. I just missed her completely. Like, yeah, he has Personal Mercurius, but by that point, it was just like, give him a kill sword or a silver sword, and he just owns everything anyway. Mercurius or not, double DXP or not. Actually, does it even give double DXP? I don't even remember. If everyone isn't getting Lord, but I don't know what other class everyone will get. That's the problem, right? Is everyone has so few classes. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe that one's Bishop. I don't know. Infinite range warp. Martha's a thief? No, he's a Lord. If I have Lord, that goes there. I've been over this. It doubles level ups. It gives... Oh, so instead of getting +1s, you get +2s? Okay. Gotcha. That's what it does? That makes sense. True, Warp is very good. I mean, to be fair, like, Thracia also had infinite range Warp. By the way, where's Thracia going? Oh, Sage. I already put it. Sage Thracia? I can kind of buy that, to be honest. You know, we're talking about, like, Asbel carrying the entire game. When else does that happen? The Foot Sage. It's just like, oh, they're obviously the best carry. I will split the difference. I'm kidding. The thing is, this Great Knight kind of sucks. Should the list have Lord if we're generalizing renamed similar classes? What do we replace Lord with? Homer and Sed. Homer and Sed are good too. Kind of, I guess. Asbel can only carry in Thracia. Will Drake be part of this exercise? That's part 2. Mage Flyer? Okay, so we could get Mage Flyer. We could subtract Lord for Mage Flyer. We could. Makes it a bit harder to place FE1. Put Lord to be FE1 and have FE4 shift to Dancer. Sarah gets Sage 2. Yeah, like, that is the thing. We got units like Ivy, right? Like, we got to place Engage as best class, but Ivy doesn't fit anywhere. That's a good point. Pulling it. 2 minutes. FE4 dancers aren't as good as FE5 Conquest Rev or FE12 dancers. Ooh. Dancer Conquest. Swordmaster probably FE12 since speed kept mattering and they can use Worm's Lair at base. I mean, that's pretty good. For one, where else is Swordmaster gonna go? I put a poll in chat, by the way. Answer it. Again, 2 classes that are like normally quite bad, but here it really goes in. And this is like normally quite bad, but here it really goes in. What is Veil? A Sage, an Assassin, a Lord? I mean, but Mage, I guess, so Sage. Even her dagger deals magic damage. I mean, yeah, there is the good question about this whole, like, Mage fight. And, like, look, we gotta have somewhere for Ivy to go, right? She's a Fell Dragon. Yeah, she's a shapeshifter. No, I'm kidding. So who gets Dancer? Aha, I found it. I mean, if I have Lord, yeah, it's got to be FE1. One of the Fates getting Dancer makes sense, I think. That's like one of the better dancers ever, right? I guess give Dance to the game with either Goddess Dance or every Engage or Shelter Dance. Goddess Dance, every Engage. Okay, I'm going to make one thing clear about Engage. If an Emblem doesn't, that doesn't count. Like, you still got to be in the class. See people answer the poll. 19 people say they wanted to replace with Mage Flyer. Although Septi did buy out the election. Still counts. I'm just saying. I let people do it. Boom. Genealogy got freed up. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted Lord. But you bring up a good point. They gotta go somewhere. Shelter dancing, Azur's absurd availability, even like special dance being like, what, pretty early? Alright. Mage Knight for Engage sounds really food for it considering, sure. But now we got Mage Flyer. Lord isn't a class, it's a unit. Which game would even Great Knight go to? Awakening? That's the thing, man. We got Great Knight, which sucks. Replace Great Knight with Lord. Yo, you're actually right, though. Okay, done. You could replace Great Knight with Lord? Yeah, Justin's got a point. Easy. Replace Great Knight with Lord. Okay, Mage. Okay, hold on a sec. Mage Flyer. All right. Let's be real. It's either Conquest or it's Engage. Right? Like, this is literally a 50-50. It's one or the other. Which is it? Oh. Unless you say Awakening Dark Flyer. With Gale Force. There are some people out here being like, there's never been anything as broken as Gale Force in the game. Which is not necessarily true. Gale Force is overrated, says Zedernegi. Is Wyvern's combat good in 3 houses? That more important over stealth utility from Assassin? You're saying Assassin's got to go somewhere. Awakening Darkflyer is good regardless of Gale Force. 8 move, Flying Tomes. Awakening Darkflyer is very strong. Longhouse has a point. Assassin's got to go somewhere. And 3 houses is pretty versatile. 3 houses has like one of the better assassins. If you find me a good shapeshifter, here's one thing I can buy. I could buy like Soth Assassin. What about DLC? Sure. But Warrior is rarely good and Mage Flyers are always good. Birthright Assassin. Oh yeah, right. Master Ninjas count as assassins. Oh, and Swordmaster's been placed, so why not? You know? I'd also rate Veteran higher than Gale Force. So Mage Flyer. I thought you would go Wyvern Radiant Dawn instead of Luguz. Well, the thing about shapeshifters is like, if I'm gonna be real, shapeshifters are like pretty garbaggio in most games. But then all of a sudden FE10 comes in and has like 12 of them. They're just amazing. Jin is pretty good in the hardest modes of DSFE, that's true. But like Radiant Dawn comes in and like literally like 1/6 of their roster is like amazingly good shapeshifters. In a class with no free reclassing. Engage has Ivy, Celestia, and Hortensia. I don't mind putting Mage Flyer Engage. Engage Mage Flyers, then Birthright for Mage Knight. Not Birthright Revelation. Dark Knight. Isn't that what the speedrun uses? One of the Fates games. Either Conquest or Revelation. I feel like Assassin at Birthright, this is the Master Ninja. Mage Knight is at its best in Birthright, they're just only Corrin. Can't be Birthright because there's no native Mage Knights. There's Corrin. There's Corrin. Yeah, there's Corrin. You can just put Corrin in Mage Knight. And if it just so happens that like Corrin Mage Knight is like the best thing in that game, which I'm not putting any words in Septi's mouth, but I feel like there was some insinuation that Corrin Mage Knight is like one of the best things in the game. Unless you say no. Maybe you're like, no, that's not what I meant at all. Right? Maybe it isn't what you meant at all. Corrin kind of good. That's the thing. It's Corrin, right? Anything they do works. Oh, anyway, this has got to go. I don't mind Mage Flyer being engaged, by the way. Isn't Corrin a Lord? Oh, true. And speedrun LC efficiently very frequently do Corrin Mage Knight for Birthright. What about for like Rev or Conquest? Do we shift to valuing the units a lot? I think I said from the start I was valuing the units a lot. I mean, like, for one, we do have to place the games with, like, no free reclassing, right? Why is FE8 Bishop instead of Paladin? GNS said it at the start, and I was like... Now, maybe Bishop is something like FE1, and then Paladin goes to FE8. I can actually buy that. I think Master Ninja is at his best in Conquest. Hoshido Noble is doo-doo. Like, you gotta class him out of something, right? Like, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna say Lord Birthright, because Hoshido Noble sucks. Like, we're talking about Hoshido Noble, and then there's, like, the Lord class. Like, if you put Edelgard out of, you know, Armored Lord and into Wyvern, she's a Wyvern, not an Armored Lord. Lord is the class. I like Paladins more in FE7, but then who gets Berserker? You're kind of right. Player's only good in, like, 2 maps, if not counting Tower and Ruins. Are Bishops good in FE3? What is good for FE4 then? Paladin? Yeah, what's left for FE4 that's good? I mean, I could just be like that. I guess FE1 has to go somewhere. What if I do like FE4 here, FE1 Bishop, FE4 Dancers, FE4 could get Mage Knight? FE4 could... Somebody has to get Mage Knight, yeah. Okay, here's one. I'm not gonna lie. We've kind of been sleeping on it the whole time, but we got to do something about it at some point. Hero. Nobody said anything about Hero. Probably rightly so. They're kind of garbage in most games. Who has good Valkyries? Yeah, Valkyries count as Mage Knight. They're a horse mage, right? Conquest Mage Knight. Corrin and Leo. Hero is the class that exists, I guess. Peaked in FE7. Peaked in FE7. Hero for FE7 because of Harkin and Raven. Most FE7 playthroughs have like 0 heroes. FE6 hero, Diek plus Echidna. Like legit. Hero is pretty good in Awakening, but also not defining. Soul's kind of good, is what I heard. Diek is kind of strong. I don't mind Hero FE6. How can you forget the iconic Armor's Lair? Yeah, you left out Armor's Lair, man. Rev is the best Mage Knight game where it's available, aside from Engage. Is that true? I've only played a small amount of Rev. And I didn't try much Mage Knight, or Dark Mage, or whatever in a class. Birthright Dark Knight is better than Rev Dark Knight, like, pretty clearly. Mage Knight is good in all Fates games, yeah. Mage Horse, it's better in Birthright? Yeah, but, I mean, okay, I mean, maybe we can remove Assassin from something. Maybe we can put Birthright here. But only on Corrin? Yeah, but it's pretty freaking sweet. Armor's Lair is such a Hana weapon. Wait, isn't it Corrin and Corrin's spouse? Like, Corrin's spouse also gets Mage Knight. Also, Corrin's friend gets Mage Knight, or is that true? Corrin, Kana's spouse, and Kana's spouse. Okay. Soul and Axebeck are great, but there are a number of classes I put ahead of it. Sounds like Awakening just has a lot of good stuff. Corrin doesn't have friends. Oh, okay. Nobody can be friends with Corrin. And a potential second kid. You would rather Corrin's spouse buff Corrin? Yeah, pretty much. Mage Knight Birthright. How weird. Kind of owns, though. Isn't it just true? Fates Dancer. Which Fates? Conquest? What about Conquest Dancer? Conquest Dancer. Rev Assassin. How about that? Birthright Mage Knight. Conquest has the best Dancer showing. Here's the thing about Dancer is like it's also got that Avail. We can meme about almost no one talking about Hero, but actually no one talks about Warrior if it's not Engage. I mean, we were thinking about like Awakening Warrior, right? That's one thing we were considering very briefly. Warrior is good. Coming from a completely unbiased source. FE7 Dancer, you know. Wait, stop. FE7 Dancer? No, I'm just kidding. I think FE7 Berserker, this is a lock, right? FE7 Berserker, that's locked in. Like, what else gets Berserker? Seriously, what else gets Berserker? FE6? Maybe, actually. How good is FE9 Void? Garbaggio. I need to play Engage. Engage is pretty good. Berserk is pretty good in 12. Where else is Swordmaster good? Good caps and good weapons. It's true. What if Swordmaster Birthright? Okay. And then Mage Knight goes where? I can buy it. I'm gonna be real, even though Mage Knight is pretty freaking sweet in Birthright, and I understand I wasn't really supposed to consider this, but the fact that it is only on Corrin and like their partners and kids is like kind of giving me a little bit of side eye, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Warriors spin like Beyblades, so FE6, right? There we go. Well, weapons singular? Yeah. I mean, axes are still good, right? It's too much of a lord thing. Yeah, if it's like basically a unique class. Genealogy Mage Knight because Olwen is hot? Whoa. Olwen isn't even in Genealogy. Sure. I mean, like, maybe I can do it. Birthright has a good Swordmaster, but he doesn't need Swordmaster to be good. I meant Thracia. I'm gonna be real, I think Thracia Sage is also pretty locked in. What other game has Sages anywhere near as good as Thracia's? Anywhere near. FE12 is New Mystery of the Fire Emblem. Yeah, FE12. Are Leaf and Lachesis FE4 Mage Knights? That's a good question. I mean, like, they can use tomes. I don't know, are they paladins? What if this is just genealogy? Paladin genealogy? Let me mark down which games we've placed thus far real quick. Okay, we somehow managed to get all of the Fates games. I'm just gonna, like, there hasn't been much contest over this whole, like, Sniper and Bow Knight debacle, so I'm just gonna lock that one in as well. I'm gonna be real. That one's going locked in. So what games are left? We have Shadow Dragon, Mystery, FE3, Genealogy, FE6, Path of Radiance. Sacred Stones is actually not placed yet. I don't know why I marked out. Oh, because I had Bishop marked at some point. And then I actually cleared Bishop out of it. Still have Awakening. We have these games left to place. Is Ryoma a Swordmaster or a Lord? He's a Swordmaster. Swordmaster provides for Ryoma with a lot of desirable qualities, like S-rank boost, the passive Void Crit Advantage Astra. Yeah, seems pretty good. Some people would say Paladin FE9, but they're only kinda okay. I can kinda buy it. Okay, really, maybe it's like Falcon FE9. Right? I mean, it's got Marcia for crying out loud. Here's the thing about Falcon is like... Gosh, with Falcon and Wyvern is like FE3, yeah? What about FE3? Ryoma is a Swordmaster? Ryoma is a Swordmaster, yeah. Falcon FE9 sounds good, I think. I mean, Marcia and Tanith, like, man... Kinda good. 15 strength and triple strength or triple attack against monsters. And it has summon, yeah. I mean, the speedrun uses Falcon Knight. True. Falcon FE9 seems like a lock. A lock, says Septi. It's obvious to Septi. Lord FE1 is just very good, and FE1 likes classes. I'm gonna be real, yeah. I think FE1. Kind of mostly for the reason that, like, literally what else is there in FE1? Like, actually, Bishop. That's basically it. Do we just stick FE3 and Bishop? FE3 got them warp stabs, don't it? Radiant Dawn Falcon has them infinite range warp stabs. But so does FE1, and everyone has it like a lot sooner. Are Leaf and Lachesis Mage Knights? This is something that someone asked earlier. I don't know. How about this? If you think that they are, then you just say, I think it should be FE4 because of Leaf and Lachesis, among other things. Radiant Dawn Falcon is still kind of cracked. Is Leaf also a Lord? Ah, goodness. See, now we're getting into silly questions here. Well, not silly. They ought to be answered. Right? What about Awakening Hero? Okay, if we can find someone else for Druid. I'm going to be real. I think Awakening is, like, pretty clearly one of the stronger showings for Druid. Who's Leaf again? Leaf was like a foot guy. He turned into this class called Master Knight. Leaf is Lord in FE5, but not in FE4? Correct. Thing is, it's like we got Warrior and we got Druid, and we kind of already placed the Fates. Druid could be FE6, Nime kinda. You know, you got a point. You know what's funny is FE6 has like 3 Druids. Sophia, Ray, and Nime. And like, Nime kicks total butt. And the other 2 are like, either trash or mid. Golly, my eye itches. Yeesh, dude. And then we do like Awakening Warrior. Bro, can I freaking like get these correct? Druid is Null, Summoner, and nothing else. Summoner is a thing. Summoner has exactly 1 map where it's good, and then sucks everywhere else. It's not that good. Druid is Ewan. For heroes, I'd say Alphonse is my main. Holy. Nime is pretty good. Has no one asked why Sniper and Bow Knight are separate? Unlike every other class here, probably FE1, I guess. I mean, then like in literally every game except for like SOV, Gaiden, and 3 Houses, they're like separate trees. GBA, they're separate, right? Elias, they're separate. 3DS, they're separate. Engage, they're separate. There are more games where they're separate than games where they're the same. Summoner and Ironmans can save at least 1 unit. Okay, but like Wyvern and Ironmans can save many units. FE9 Paladin has Seth and Franz. It has better bishops. You want to say Bishop FE8? Where's FE3 going? I don't mind FE3 Bishop, by the way. Paladin is FE8. Okay, I don't want to put Path of Radiance Paladin because I want to put Path of Radiance Falcon. FE3 Bishop, FE8 Paladin, sure. I don't mind that. Guess what type of DS? I saw Gaming Gators yesterday for $100. A red one. Is any sort of casual play discarded altogether? So like define casual play. What about FE8 Hero? FE8 Hero was actually one I was considering for Garrick. It's so hard to place in Garrick, yeah. Like, okay, let's talk about Hero briefly, right? Briefly, let's talk about Hero. Because here's the thing, now we actually got, like, we got Genealogy, and what else is left? Okay, just a moment ago, we placed FE6, we placed Sacred Stones, we placed Path of Radiance, we placed FE3, we placed Awakening. And apparently one of these actually didn't get placed. Right? Just to be clear, this is 19, right? Like we've selected 19 cells. And then this is also 19 cells. Oh, mystery. FE3? No, we just got that one. Which game hasn't actually been placed? Is book 1 and 2 separate? No. I'm actually, in matter of fact, I'm only considering book 2. FE12. Oh, FE12 got usurped, right? Well, we can't put new mystery hero. That's obviously wrong. Hero sucks. Don't it? FE12 Berserker. FE7 Hero. FE12 got unplaced. It got unplaced so that I could place Birthright and Swordmaster. Diak and Echidna are kind of good. I don't mind FE6 Hero. Yeah. Like, to be honest with you, I don't mind that. But then, who gets Druid? Awakening? Who gets Warrior? FE6 is squatting. FE6 is the worst showing of GBA games for Hero. Oh, wait, yo, sorry, FE7, right, Berserker. FE12 has a lot of good options for best class. And then some people said, like, Berserker is really good in FE12. New Mystery Hero is fine early game, but that speed cap. Yeah, it's one of those games that the caps, like, really matter. Where do we have Mage Knight? I don't mind penciling in Genealogy for this one. Right? I mean, Horse Tomes, like, sure, let's just include Leaf in that. Like, if I put Ivy in Mage Flyer, surely I can put Master Knight Leaf into Mage Knight. Azal pops off in Chapter 4. True, you have Marcus. He's going many levels. And you get Diak, every other unit is kind of trash. No. Like, Diak's alright. Like, Diak is okay. And the thing is with Diak Hero is, like, there's nothing better for me to do with my Hero Crest. Yeah, how are the FE4 Paladins? I think FE4 is Paladin. FE4 Paladin's pretty good. Ares. And then Mage Knight goes where? Diak is the king of normal. Like, here's the thing, right? At the moment, we got, So at the moment, I somehow ended up on this, and I'm pretty sure this is everybody. Did one of the Fates games get Hero? Diak is king of normal mode. Hard mode, he's alright. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, when I made some of the shifts we were suggesting, at the very least, I don't dislike any of these. The weird thing about Hero for Souls is the number one thing you want to do in Hero, as Hero and Fates, is leave being a hero. Like, you want to get Soul and then leave, right? Like, you just want the skill. So how much is that worth? Hey, why Awakening Warrior, by the way? Mage Knight FE4 seems out of place compared to most other stuff. Okay, fair. I think this is a fair objection. To be honest, if, like, Mage Knight Genealogy, if you told me I gotta fill in one first, this is not coming in. Mage Knight's a little weird. Yeah, there's no other place for it. You gotta shift some things around. This was best showing. Diak rocking up and just immediately being useful and actually kind of strong. Diak rocks up and is like, alright. And then I promote him to hero so that my alright unit has, like, slightly better stats and hand axes. What if we swap New Mystery and Conquest? No, Conquest Dancer is, like, way better. Way better, right? Is so much different than FE11 Segar Wolf getting defense in general than getting out? Well, no, because, like, the thing is, general is, like, also pretty good late game, too. Because what happens in late game is that the enemies switch out their silvers for braves, and now you're, like, 27 defense general. It's coming from your computer, yeah. I mean, thanks for telling us you're listening to Nocturne music, Rykard. Cool taste. Awakening Warrior is just insane. It's the best Grima killing class by a huge margin. Bows plus Axe is the best weapon combo for enemy phasing. The stats are amazing. There you go. For a moment here, I thought it was just some, like, a lot of the classes are good, but here we are. But then Warrior is apparently amazing. Huge strength, good all around other stats, and the ability to use one offensive stat. Oh, also it has rally strength. Doesn't it? His offense stats hit both passives and Aegis vulnerabilities. Also bows as an answer to counter. Yeah. Sounds pretty decent. Not just anybody can go warrior, right? Is it male only? I actually have no idea. General has crazy bases as well. Like, the thing is like an FE12, yeah, it's like, it's not like you're getting defense and then leaving. The thing is like, you know, you get to late game and now all the enemies have Braves, and you could just put somebody in general and they take 0 damage. And now like, okay, you're taking 0 damage. Why do any of the other game mechanics matter? You're taking 0 damage. Remind me, why is hero in FE7? Because heroes suck, and the FE7 heroes are, like, actually okay. I'm gonna be real, like, FE7 heroes, I think, like, like, you guys know mean, median, mode, right? Right? Oh, who is hero? Oh, sorry, yeah. S2. Yeah, Harkin, Raven. Like, you guys know mean, median, mode. I think the mode number of heroes in my playthroughs of FE7 is 0. Significantly. Does Harkin actually do more than Garrick? Lol. Probably not. Where's FE8? Here it is. Palette. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, holy moly. Swap them two. The moment I saw that, I'm like, yeah, no. Like, the thing is, Marcus shows up and just instantly owns everything. Everything. Or I think Mage Knight should be Rev. Assassin. Assassin had to go somewhere. Marcus owns, but Seth like, I mean, they both own. Marcus bases carry them way farther than Seth bases too. Mage Knight, Rev, Assassin, Conquest, Dancer, FE4. Is Assassin just mad? Yeah, for Revelation is Master Ninja. I'm about to sneeze. Dancer isn't FE4, I don't think. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying like, yeah, FE4 Dancer ain't really that good. Now this is like, can we shift these around and make the worst fit less bad? Which one's, okay, yeah, actually, which one's the worst fit here? Which one am I looking at? I'm like, that ain't it. Marcus bases carry longer, recounting 0% now. I mean, the thing is, he also has growth, so like, Birthright Swordmaster is the worst one. I mean, somebody had to be Swordmaster, right? It is Mage Knight for sure. I think I kind of agree. I think Mage Knight's the worst. The good showing. The annoying hero who you can just kill off, just don't kill him off. Worst fit is definitely Mage Knight FE4, but I think moving it makes more problems than it solves. Birthright and Genealogy, Mage Knight's the most awkward fit. It definitely ain't Thief Genealogy. FE6 can easily go Swordmaster too? No. Swordmaster is like one of the worst classes in FE6. Easily bottom half. Literally every unit who's in Swordmaster in FE6 gets improved if they leave Swordmaster. Rutger? Yeah, he sucks. Birthright only works specifically about Ryoma because he breaks the rules of Swordmaster. Does he? I mean, Birthright does have Ryoma. We should remember. That fire support and you don't need FE6 Swordmaster. Yeah. Like, just do, like, Thani Iron Sword. Wow. FE4 had busted Astra. If Genealogy... Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. If Genealogy gets placed next to any foot class, I'm saying no. I'm saying no. Like, I think Genealogy foot units are underrated. But I don't think they're like that. I don't think they're that good. Like, Genealogy... Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Genealogy must go next to a horse class. Like, Ryoma's 1 200 limitation. Yeah. He's also in this game called Birthright in the class Swordmaster. T-Barn breaks the rules of shapeshifters too. Yeah. But he's out here doing that. T-Barn is still a shapeshifter, by the way. He starts the map untransformed, and you have to make an input to transform him. And on turn 1, he has less move. I'm just saying. How come you footies don't move and don't have defense? And he can go into any other sword class? Genealogy Falcon? No. Path of Radiance Dancer and Conquest Mage Knight. You want to swap these 3? I know I just said I don't want, like, genealogy being a foot class, but honestly, if you switch these two, maybe I could buy it. FE4 might have the worst overall flyers in the series. I would agree. Paladin and Great Knight are the only better ending classes for Ryoma. Like, the thing is, alright, if you name me, like, every character... Here's the thing about Swordmaster, right? Or Paladin Ryoma's looks horrendous in it. Does he have his, like, butt hanging out or something? Last and no fly zones? Yeah. Like, here's the thing about it. Like, okay, if you literally sorted... If I made, like, an Excel spreadsheet where I was, like, character, class, and I just found all however many thousand of character class combinations there are in Birthright, right? I literally did that, right? Swordmaster would show up pretty close-ish to the top, proportionally, in Birthright. You know, if I was like, if someone says, Corrin, Dark Corrin, wow. Corrin, Dark Knight, right? And like, blah, blah, blah. Ryoma Swordmaster. Right? If I did this list for Birthright, and I just did every single character in class combo and then sorted them by strength, Swordmaster probably appears like proportionally closer to the top than it does in like actually any other game. Maybe. Probably. For sure Samurai is the highest common denominator in Birthright. Swordmaster is good in FE5, but FE5 Sage is better. Yeah, FE5's got to be Sage. Right? Like, you're... Okay, this is a lock. I'm pretty sure that's a lock. I'm gonna be real, that's a lock. That's a lock. That's a lock. Anything else? This one mostly because of FE1. It would be in the 4th position after Dark Knight Corrin, Paladin Ryoma, Great Knight Ryoma. So you're telling me it's 4th out of however many thousands of combinations there are. I don't really know how many thousand. Literally just take a number of characters times number of classes. This is actually probably something like, what, 1600 or something? It's like 40 and 40 or something. Mage Flyer. Yeah. Mage Flyer Engage. That's a lock. That's gotta be. Ain't no way. Am I right? Yeah, Mage Flyer's a lock. That's for sure. You just discarded a unit because Marcus solos everything? The DX thing? No, it's just like, you said DX shows up and is better than everyone, but he's not better than Marcus. Like, they were just controverting your DX hype. It's like, DX alright. I flip-flop back and forth on whether or not DX any good. I do like promoting him to hero, just because, like, that's obviously the best thing to do with the hero crest. I guess you could sell it, but, you know. I don't mind this, all told. Like, okay, Mage Knight Genealogy. How about this? Who gets Mage Knight then? Conquest, Dancer, Genealogy? What about FE7 Dancer, Mage Knight Conquest, Paladin Genealogy? I'm pretty sure my spreadsheet of every possible character has more Fates characters. Oh, because you're like including parents and whatnot. Aren't Sniper and Bow Knight locked? Gonna be real? Yeah. That works. So, okay, just to be clear, we're doing this like 3-way shift. FE7 Dancer is kinda good. Kinda good. Have you seen that Ninnis Grace plus 10 defense? That's a little bit strong. That's just like a smidge strong. I'm just saying. Just saying. Ain't it? Do we mind this triple rotation? We're gonna rotate these 3 clockwise. That's what we're doing. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. Do it. There might be a way to include Engage in that shuffle. Oh, like if we just do, okay, how about this? Here's what we're gonna do. Let me just make this text color black again. What if we just do a switcheroo here? Like we said, Mage Flyer Engage is a lock, but now we got to think about this one. Like, I think this is the only reasonable way to do this. Crisscross, right? Mage Flyer could be Rev. Camilla is very good. Camilla's pretty freaking good. It's true. Malik is goated. Oh yeah, that works. When you say, oh yeah, that works, Septi, are you saying like the 3-way switch again, or are you saying the 2-way crisscross? So is Dark Falcon the 3-way rotate? Conquest has Master Ninja. Assassin needs to be Conquest. Camilla can, in fact, do a lot. So we're going to rotate these 3 clockwise. 3-way works. 3-way clockwise rotation. That makes sense. Master Ninja Conquest has similar problems with Mage Knight Birthright. Ah, true. Which ones? I mean, you have Kaze. That's like way different. Kaze and Kaze's spouse. Right? And Kaze's kid, I guess. Not with Kaze. And Silas. I didn't know Silas had it. And Kaze's friend. True, and Kaze's friend. Through Kaze friendship? How many men does Kaze support? Is it just Silas? I don't actually know who Kaze supports. And Midori's spouse, sort of, because Mechanist. Silas, Xander, and then I don't know. It could be Xander, too. Everyone has like 3 friends or so. That's so many. Does Maid count as Assassin? Oh, good question. Maid and Butler? Bunka? Now what? A-Sport with Silas, Xander, and Saizo. Okay. They do similar things. I don't know. It's kind of closer to Bishop. They get S-rank stabs. Or A-rank stab, whatever it is. Soul Dagger kind of crazy, TBH. Like, it's kind of closer to Bishop. Because Maid is also extremely good. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's not lose sight. This. Right? Can I make the text black, please? Wait, let me just unbold everything. What's the worst one? I'm actually kind of liking these. I'm going Strategist for stabs. I thought Maid had the higher staff rank. Maid parry is very amusing from a meta perspective. Oh. Biternegi is interested in Maid parry. Worst is maybe FE6 Druid. Its function in the meta is certainly closer to ninjing than to staffing. Okay. FE6 Druid. That's probably the weirdest one, yeah. At the moment. But looking at the other games that have Druids, I don't really know. Like, yeah, there's Awakening, but then Septi comes in here and tells me Warrior the GOAT. S-rank stabs suck. Really? Are you capturing maids for S-rank stabs? For status stabs? Swap Sacred Stone and FE6. FE6 heroes kind of suck. Druid could theoretically be a Fates game. Like, FE6 is definitely the weak... Okay, let me get one thing clear. FE6 heroes are definitely weaker than Sacred Stone's heroes. Matter of fact, no, I'm actually just going to reject this trade outright. Because Sacred Stone's heroes are better than FE6 heroes. And FE6 Druids are better than Sacred Stone's Druids. I think that's pretty obvious. To me, at least. Most important stats are C rank or less. I thought there was some kind of S rank stats for hit rate on entrap stuff or whatever. I thought there was one of those bad boys. Septi's always out here capturing mages. Or not mages, maids. Maybe they have other motives for capturing maids. I don't know. Septi, explain yourself. No, I'm kidding. People say that, but also they're wrong. Bifrost is useless. That matters for one map. What do you mean? Bifrost is a sick bullion. I didn't know you could sell it. Rescue and Physic are C or less and are the most important stabs. Okay. In any case, like, we're counting maids as assassins. That still makes sense for where we've got it. And Trap is B? I thought staff rank gave you staff hit. You reclass the strategist and equip the Han spirit? I see. They say Druid FE6 is the weirdest one. Yo, what's good? What's up, Katru? We've solved the puzzle. Although Druid FE6 is the weirdest one. Maid Butler are assassins too. Like, here's the thing. If everyone's telling me, no, maid staffing sucks. Okay, well then, we've already got it there. FE quiz, that's right. No repeats. The hard part is no repeats, right? Because every time we're like, we got to put FE6 somewhere, it like upsets the whole balance of the thing. Hold up, what if Druid FE6 clears the bar? Feeling alright, whereas Mage Knight FE4 does not? Yeah, if you say Druid FE6, I'm like, you know, there is a pretty good Druid in FE6. Was that Maids or Assassins to worry about the availability thing for Conquest? I ship this. I'm willing to ship this one too. Nime is at least a unit. True. FE6 sucks. Kakeru, you're banned. Forever, I'm kidding. I think this works. JK, I love all the games. I can't support Swordmaster Birthright? What? What do you want? I was gonna say FE6 Swordmaster. Nah, Rucker sucks. I was gonna say FE6 Swordmaster. Nah. I'm never in a million years putting FE6 Swordmaster here. I'm deleting the spreadsheet before I put FE6 Swordmaster. Okay, but Fear. Yo, true, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna walk back that statement. The all-route game with a class with generically limited 1-2 range. Birthright Swordmaster, a tiering philosophy thing, not a viability thing. Swordmaster does, in fact, have a unit who's one of the most broken units of all time in Swordmaster. Yeah. I was talking about, like, Septi's list earlier. Where, like, okay, literally take, like, do literally character class. Swordmaster shows up, like, 4th out of, what, 2,000? That seems pretty good. I don't know any other game where Swordmaster is anywhere near that, like, close to the top. Yeah, and like, if we're saying, you know, T-Barn counts here, wouldn't Hero be better on Ryoma than Swordmaster? I think Septi made the case for Swordmaster earlier over Hero. Isn't Swordmaster absurd in FE12? We had FE12 there for a minute, actually. But the issue, Katru, actually was Berserker. The issue was that it was actually really hard to find something for Berserker. You would prefer to be in Swordmaster than in Hero? And Quick Riposte. What's Quick Riposte? You just dip for the skills. You just get soul and then leave. Yeah, the issue with New Mystery was mostly Berserker. Berserker was really hard to play, so it was like either New Mystery or FE7. And then after some drama, FE7 got bounced around and eventually ended in Dancer, which I'm actually fine with, by the way. I think FE7 dancers are actually like, I mean, originally we were like, oh my god, it's got to be a 4-way dancer. Oh my god, it's got to be Azura. And then we're like, wait a minute, these rings are like kind of really good. Extra crit and avoid being a larger reliability buffer than a few points of bulk. My meme scroll prediction 1. You got a meme scroll prediction? Oh, true. Three good rings and sets litany, yeah. Oh, also, they still dance. Like, you ever see Ninnis Grace? Minus 10 damage taken. An FE7 of all games. It's FE7 Dancer because of the meme scrolls. That was really before it became a thing. I mean, it's true. It's got the rings. Those are kind of good. Wait, they're rings, not scrolls, right? I think they're on the higher end for availability, too. Like, just slightly under half the game, yeah. Four-way dancers, like, universally worse than non-four-way dancers? Holy crap. Septi out here swinging. Putting on the boxing gloves. Looking for four-way dance advocates. Boom, boom, boom. Bam! Goes Septi. Lord FE1 is such a base pick. There was a bit of arguing over FE1 or FE4, and then what we actually realized is FE1, just like the classes completely suck. It's like it's either got to be like Lord or Bishop, right? And then FE3 had the same problem. Like this isn't even like a Lord or Bishop thing. It's kind of a Lord or Bishop thing, but it's more like, okay, hold up, FE1 and FE3, everything sucks except for like these two, right? I remember if they were scrolls or rings. I think they're rings. I just remember you got item that gives rally leg skills. Yeah, Marth is so funny. Even with rescue staff, dancers aren't doing much in FE4. I mean, there's like Raphael, who's, I guess, Raphael's like maybe the best four-way dancer. More so because context. Raphael's like probably the best four-way dancer, right? Raphael is literally the best dancer in the series. I'ma be real. I don't know about that one, friend. Why dance with rescue when I could take infinite turns? Byleth is actually the best four-way dancer. I already said emblems don't count. About it, Raphael has awful availability. Raisin is kind of solid, but he can't actually four-way almost ever. FE4 dancers can't reach it. FE4 dancers get like one go of it, right? And really, it's like, what, they're dancing Sigurd or Seliph, so it's like they're basically a one-person dancer. It's rings. A veil doesn't matter. SMH. He can't actually four-way almost. Okay, so like, I know Raisin in FE10, I've seen a lot of times when people are like Lagoon-stoning Raisin. Is Athos a druid? No, he's an archsage. Athos is probably a sage. FE4 has rescue staff glitch. Okay, that has nothing to do with dancer though. Also, I'm gonna be real, I'm not counting rescue staff glitch. Athos is a sage. Violet is the best four-way dancer, but not a dancer. And by the way, even if Athos was a druid, he wouldn't putting FE7 on it. It kind of makes dancer work. I'm just not considering rescue staff glitch. Right? Like, I'm also not considering FE1 credit warp. Olivia gives +2 strength when she dances. After dancing like 150 times, yeah. I was not really impressed with Olivia, I'm gonna be real. Mute triggered noises. When you just said credit warp or whatever. What about switching FE6 and 7 if Druid doesn't seem right? No. FE7 Dancer is way better. I think FE6 Dancers are about as good, if not better. Really. You like Ninnis Grace someone and they're just invincible. Also, the FE7 Druids kind of suck. Yeah, FE7 Dancers got the rings. You Phyllis might someone? Boom, boom, boom. Owned. Right? I think Kanas is at least close to Nime. Nah. Nah. The FE7 Druids, you mean just Kanas? Yeah. Kanas is not close to Nime. Not even remotely. Nime's way better. I skip Kanas, I'm like, who cares? Nime dies, I'm like, reset the run. FE6 Dancer and Druid are better than both in FE7. Holy. I ship it, to be honest. Kanas died to a snowstorm. Nime didn't die to a snowstorm. Nime over Kanas. Yeah, right. I buy that logic. Kanas isn't Nime's son, right? That's when he's Chloe and engaged. Nime caused a snowstorm even. Nime clears Kanas by a lot more than Larm does Ninian. Yeah. He is. Yeah. They tell me FE6 is around and Nime is still alive and Kanas isn't. Like, alright. I think I know which one's better. He's her son. If I lose, yeah, reset the run. Go back. For real, yeah, Nime is way better than Kanas. Than Larm does Ninian. Nime creates the snowstorm. Nime makes snowstorms. Nime double greater than Kanas, yeah. Kanas's ending says he died. Nime's didn't. I mean, like, maybe it did. She's kind of old. It's implied, right? It's like, I mean, it's implied for everyone, right? Except, like, Tiki. Tiki's, maybe she didn't die. Who knows? Maybe she kept going. Fontu as well. I don't know. Anyway, I'm shipping this list. Boom. Bam. Right? Can we have a meme tier? The Dawn Brigade. No, I'm kidding. The Dawn Brigade kind of... Best showing of Tiki. Hard to say. Wow. Okay, man. Now do it for the enemy classes, Dawn Brigade. Hey, Dawn Brigade owns. But there is the Dawn Brigade. There is the Is It the Dawn Brigade? That's it. Literally, someone said meme showing, and I was like, my brain was like, there's like a bicycle running in my brain. It's like Fire Emblem meme, Fire Emblem meme, Fire Emblem meme. And I came up with it. Is it the Dawn Brigade? That's it. That's the best one I could come up with. Is it the Dawn Brigade? Yeah, that's why I said Dawn Brigade. Dawn Brigade owns. Dawn Brigade owns. Fail Mercs suck. No, it's just a bird. Like, Dawn Brigade is obviously better than the Fail Mercs, right? Obviously. We're playing Three Houses now. So true. Okay, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to, for like 10 seconds, stop streaming and restart streaming for the purposes of VOD.